work. It's just a little bit dark. So this is Photoshop, okay? On your screens, you'll have a bit more real estate than I do. So what you've got here, okay, I'll show you really quick. I'm just going to do a new document up here. Okay, so this is what happens in Photoshop. You get this kind of little template here, and we can pick an area that we're going to use to start working with. Now, I'm not going to talk about sizes and DPI and stuff like that just yet. I'm just going to do an A4 and do OK. All right, so here's our little canvas, essentially. Now, the biggest thing in Photoshop, okay, and we'll talk about this later, and the book that I'll show you in a second, which I made, will go through all of this as well, so don't stress too much now, is you do a thing, everything is done with layers. Okay, so here's your toolbar. This is your toolbar on the side here, and you've got things like move and select and paint and stamp and erase, you know, and you've got a lot of these things here as well. And here is your, think of this as like your canvas, like, you know, something that you're painting on. Okay, and down here you've got layers. So at the moment I've got one layer. So I'll show you what will happen here. If I get my paintbrush and I'm just going to choose a color, let's go red, and I paint something here. And then I'm going to pick another color, and I'm going to paint something here, and then I'll go green. All right, cool. So I've painted everything on this one kind of canvas, right? So if I want to say, I don't know, I really didn't want to actually have that green line there, all right, and I want to erase it, I can get rid of it, but the problem is if I now go and erase it here, you can see how it's got rid of the red and the blue as well, because it's all on one canvas. So just like when you're painting in real life, if you paint everything in one spot, you know, it's hard to get rid of. So what Photoshop does, which is really cool, is it has layers. So I'm going to do 3 layers here, and I'm going to just get rid of that. So here are 3 layers. Now I'm going to draw my green line. There we go. Go back to my paintbrush. There's my green line on one layer. On my other layer, I will do a red, okay, and on my third layer, I will do another color as well. Let's go yellow. Okay. Now the difference here is because everything's on a separate layer, you can work on everything separately. Okay, so that's kind of the key with Photoshop. You can do this kind of stuff, you know, if you just want to get rid of just that yellow, if I erase that, it doesn't affect anything else below it. Okay, so that's kind of the simplest thing to start off with. Everything's done in layers. As you guys start to use this a lot more, I'll show you some cool, like all the special effects you can do with these layers and how you change them around, but I'm not going to bog you with that just yet. So that's kind of your basic drawing side of things. And obviously Photoshop is really designed for photos, okay, and for editing photos and for changing photos around. You're using Photoshop to get something you've already got and make it better or change it. So let's go into Fox, and I'll get an image. Ronan, give me an image you want. TARDIS. No, give me a person's face. That'd be easier for this example.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. Who's Matt Smith?
He's the doctor.
Oh, really? Well, give me a better example.
Matthew White.
All right, here's Matty Wade. Let's copy that image, and we'll go back into Photoshop here. All right, so let's do a new image, and I'm going to paste that in. Ah, well, look at that. So there's Matthew Wade. All right. So what Photoshop is for, again, it's going to be kind of hard to see on that image, but it'll look better on the recording, is Photoshop is used to kind of edit these images, change things around. So in its simplest form, if I say want to, I don't know, let's just say Matty Wade, we really don't like that eye. You can do some cool things like this, which I'll show you later, so don't freak out now. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to do a couple of tricky things and do this. I'm going to bring that up a little bit. And I'm slowly just going to get rid of that. Oh, I haven't finished. Don't worry. We'll make him look better. We'll get some of this. Kind of clean that up. Okay. Yeah, I think so. There we go. Clean that up. Actually, you know what? I want to get that eye. I think that eye looks a lot better. So we'll grab that one and we'll just place it here. Okay, we'll put that over there. Alright, now it kind of looks like he's got a bit of a black eye though, so let's just kind of zoom into old Matty Wade here. Go in a little bit Okay. We'll go in here. And I think what we need to do is kind of clean up that eye a little bit. So again, I'm doing this really, really quickly, but you'll get the idea. You know, we'll go in there. Clean that up. Kind of clean that up there. Alright. It still looks a bit weird. So you can do simple things like that. What else do we want to do? Let's just say, you know, he's been... Where is he from? What WA or...
Tasmania.
Tassie? A lot of sun in Tassie? Alright, so what we can do here is we can darken that skin up a bit. He's got a bit of burn up there, you know, like that. Let's give him some bags. Let's age this guy, shall we? Let's just give him some bags under his eyes there, you know. Darken up here a little bit. So you can do stuff like that. What do we say about the teeth?
Take them out.
Take them out? Oh, really? Okay. This is why I don't follow football. That's fine. We can do that. We can do that. We'll do it really quickly. I'll just go into here. All right. I'll go. We'll burn that. We'll bring that down a little bit here. Okay. We can make them green. Let's just kind of green that piece up a little bit there. Wow, it's pretty freaky. So I'll get a better example. Let's just do and paste here. Okay. So you can do other cool things in Photoshop, like let's just say, you know, we want to get rid of that little cut that she's got there. That's easy to do. We can go in here and we can do a couple of things. We can go and grab this little healing tool here, and I'll just put that over there. Nah, that didn't really work for me. Alright, let's try that, and I'll just cover that there, and then I'll click it, and now it's gone. There we go, fix that up. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, you can see it looks differently on the projector. Alright, so let's get rid of that crater then. We didn't do a good job there. So we'll try and fix that up. We'll grab this bit over here, and it's probably going to be a bit right. Kind of clean that up there. Yeah, it's a bit better. You know, and you can go in and we can start to fix stuff up. Again, we can get rid of features if we want to. We can start. All of them. I'm going to be here all day. Alright. I'll get rid of a small patch around here, alright?
Can't you just do like a large portion?
No, see how this works is I'm actually cheating. I'm selecting an area of her face. So let's say if I select this eye and I'm clicking, and now when I draw, it's actually just copying that image. Okay, and it's copying it over there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty disturbing. So you can do some things like that, and we can undo that. All right, we can change colors, obviously, as well. We can make things darker or lighter. We can do all that kind of stuff. So we'll go into a bit more detail about how to do this later. You can fix photos up. You know, if you've got tears in photos, old photos, you can repair them. You can do all that as well, which I'll show you a little bit later. So that's Photoshop, really, really quickly, in a nutshell. And obviously, you can create new images too. So this is what we're going to be working with for the first little task that we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is, I'll stop recording now.